What is going on, guys? We have a fun video, as you can see by the title. Hopefully everything goes well, but it has been a very eventful last night, this morning, and everything in between. Alright guys, so I am going to be commentating on this video a little bit. So as a quick recap, we did add a lot of different parts to the car. ID 1700s, a new ice tank setup. We also added American Racing Solutions tensioner to it. We were having a little bit of weird belt issues on the last dyno, so we're hoping to see that this new ARS tensioner goes ahead and raises the boost up. Hopefully like 1 or 2 pounds. If it does more, then even better. You know, we went through the car and tried to dial this thing in as best as possible. We did go out and test the car. I noticed that there was some fuel pressure drop issues on a log that I did previously. We made some changes to the car and went out to go test it with Cody, and we've discovered that we definitely have some sort of bad alternator or bad charging issue. We almost called it quits for the dyno day, but we did end up finding a J2 alternator, put it in the car, and then we'll continue on to the rest of the video. Just put a J2 alternator on the car. Alright, so I figured I should probably explain this. Alternator broke. I'll explain this in another clip later. We're putting a J2 alternator right there. Gonna pull the alternator out. Hopefully this fixes the issue. We're having some fuel pressure issues and some battery voltage issues, so I'm gonna slap this in here real quick. We are at Palm Beach Dyno. Got a track rental later, so hopefully we get it ready in time. Not too bad to pull the alternator though. Last night I was testing the car, data logging, trying to make sure everything was good. Had a bunch of problems, got them fixed, and then it looks like our alternator went out. We were dealing with some fuel pressure dropping issues, so it looks like we might have had an alternator charging issue, I think. So we went ahead and put a J2 alternator in it. We're getting the car strapped down to go hopefully make somewhere, it doesn't even matter what horsepower it makes, hopefully make some power and we have no issues. We are going to be going to the track later. I think that'll be a separate video, but Kobe over here is getting the car strapped down. Hopefully everything works well. I've tested a few times on the street, done a few test hits, so I think we're okay. Hopefully we can make some power. If you guys have not already heard, we are giving away the Whipple S550. Every $5 you spent on MustangLifestyle.net gets you an entry. Go down in the website, pick up your merchandise. It helps support us. One person will get an awesome car for, I don't know, a t-shirt or a bundle or whatever, and it really helps support everything we do on the channel. And yeah, so let's hop into the video with the GT500 and hopefully we can make some power. Alright, so after we got the alternator replaced, the battery voltage still wasn't looking awesome. We tested the battery. Ken has a battery tester and it tested out good. We're thinking there might be some sort of ground issue, but since we were at the dyno, it's the easiest way to test out the car. Once again, huge thanks to Palm Beach Dyno for being so helpful and supportive with this car and the many different times we've been down there. It's not easy to build a 1300 wheel horsepower car. And also, a side note, I should be fired for my job of filming because I did a terrible job filming, and that's why I have to explain some things to you guys. But the alternator was not working. I don't think it's a bad J2 alternator. It's performing the exact same way as the stock one, so we definitely got some sort of other issue. We did decide to put it on the dyno. It's very, very hard to test this car on the street because it does make so much power. A dyno is really the best tool to test this car out. So we're gonna roll the next few clips and I'll probably interrupt you guys in a few minutes. about where it was last time, on a short pole.
Yeah, what happened?
It cut out, didn't it?
It only went to like 6 grand, right? Yeah, 600 maybe.
Yeah. Alright, so there was a weird issue there, but we just made 1217 at 6,300. We're up just under 100 horsepower right there?
Yeah. No, over.
Over.
Oh, no, under, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do math.
Just under 100 horsepower. Yeah, we do have, boost is up 2 pounds?
There you go. There it is.
Boost is up 2 pounds.
Yeah, almost 3. Right in that spot. 25 and 28.
I mean, we're on point to...
So I'd say this is more tensioner than tire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, normally the tire does hurt, but we are up 3 more pounds. 3 pounds should be, I'd say 60 of that is the boost and 40 is the tires. That sounds about right.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out an issue right now, which could be voltage or could it be a crank sensor.
We got a very similar issue. You see on the video, you had a big backfire. I don't know if you saw any flames, but a big backfire. We had a similar problem years ago with another GT500 where this whole roof moved and it wound up being a bad crank sensor. So it may be that, it may be ground related. We're gonna try and figure it out.
Alright, so we got some good news. Obviously, we're still having some issues with the car, and you just saw the car not start, but we are up on boost a lot. And we kind of thought this last time when we were on the dyno that the boost numbers were kind of a little low. We were seeing 26 PSI peak and around like 24, 25 down low at the RPM that we are currently limited to, which we don't know why the car is cutting off at 6,200, 6,400 RPM. We don't know why that's happening. My theory is battery voltage, but we did have a jump pack and trying a bunch of different options to get this thing have enough voltage to be able to make a full pull. The only reason why we're doing this, we're making sure fuel's good and everything else, but we're really just trying to diagnose some different things and make some power, make sure the car's all in check and tuned and safe. Now I did add in that clip from Schofield's car. His made 1250 or so with that car, and it messed up the roof pretty good. But I believe we are on our way to make probably a lot more power. And yeah, let's get back to the video. Alright, I'm gonna try to see if everything holds together. Fuel looks good. We have the battery jump pack spot holds up good. So we'll see if it works. Alright, so check this out. This is pretty wild. We are up 4 pounds of boost at just this given RPM. Not even the peak boost, because boost will continue to rise with this Whipple, and we're probably pretty close to 30 pounds of boost. But if you look at this exact point between the previous best of the 1226 wheel horsepower that we did previously, and that was with a stock tensioner and with a Whipple tensioner, which are not, you know, the Whipple tensioner was not made for this application. But we were definitely having some belt slip issues. Now you can see that we are up 4 pounds of boost at that given data point. We saw 25.53 pounds of boost and up to 29.54 on this partial pull. We still have another like 1300 RPM to go. This thing is well on its track to make 1350, 1370 wheel horsepower absolutely insane. Let's get back to the video.
So we did 1273 at 6200. Jesus. And it's still not even pulling all the way.
Yeah, it's dropping voltage. But you know, obviously we know it's not the alternator.
So you want to try the ground?
Yeah, we're gonna try one more thing, and then I'm not sure what else to do after that.
Yeah, that's a lot of torque. That's a lot of torque. That's 1100.
But here's the thing: when you retime the cams, you're gonna trade all this torque for even more power. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be shocked if a retime on these. I mean, if we make a full pull, it's making well over 1200, or excuse me, 1300. I would not be surprised if you retime these cams, it picks up 50 to 75 up top.
That is a boatload of torque. Yeah, we were hitting 29 pounds on that.
Yeah, we saw even a little bit more boost.
Yeah, if only we could make a full pull. I don't know what's different from last time. We were revving it all the way out to 7500.
We did add the EMP pump, so we just may be taxing the electrical system of this thing a little much.
Yeah, we have a ghetto rigged ground on it to see if maybe it needs more ground.
Or, like I said, Jeff Schofield's car did the same thing.
And crank sensor.
It just was a bad crank sensor. There was nothing that caused it. So,
all right. Let's see what happens.
So unfortunately, we're still having the issue where the RPM cut out at 6200, 6400 RPM. With the jump pack and the things we added to it, the voltage was kind of holding on the log. Still hard to really make a definite thing there. There's definitely some sort of voltage issue going wrong. There definitely wasn't any danger to the engine or anything on the car. Rob was looking at fueling, making sure everything is in check. So we weren't really worried about like blowing things up. We were really just diagnosing some issues. Now this is a true testament to the engine, transmission, and rear end and the drive shaft in it. We are making multiple 1200 plus wheel horsepower dyno pulls at 1100 foot-pounds of torque. That rear end, transmission, and engine from Modular Head Shop is holding together. The boost is up so much more. Again, like, I can't thank ARS enough for, I mean, this fixed our problem with the belt slip. I am very happy to see that, and of course I always like supporting the American made products. So American Racing Solutions, I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to pick up a tensioner for your GT500. It's pretty clear, it works. So let's get back to the video. We decided to go ahead and toss in a crank sensor. Rob and I kind of tag teamed it. We had to pull the crank support off, pull the AC off, get the crank sensor out, put a new crank sensor in. We'll see what happens. What you doing?
I hate my life.
He's looking. Make a move.
Bye.
I mean, it made 1300, but it's still cutting out. Huh? 700. Yeah.
Let's take it. Fuck it.
So right there, you can see that we are making some serious power. This is standard correction. We switch back and forth between SAE and standard just for, normally I'm just an all SAE smoothing 5 kind of number, especially for this car, because there's a lot of BS in the industry in terms of dyno numbers and all this different stuff. Gonna keep that short, but I like using SAE, but my literally brain and motivation were kind of going down, so seeing the 1300 number, you know, kind of makes you happy. This is about 1280 or so SAE. 1310, 1100 foot-pounds of torque. I mean, this is no joke. For anyone out there that just does not believe it, this is a real deal. This car will make 1350 if we can figure out the issues. Let's hop back to the video and see what else happens.
We'll put it back on SAE. Close.
Sparking or anything, right?
I don't think so. It's smooth as.
Alright, this is serious first world problems, but the car's making serious power, but it's not revving all the way out. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. 1274 SAE smoothing 5, just under 1100 foot-pounds of torque, but we don't know what is cutting out. So. Alright guys, I think that's where we're going to wrap this video. We do have some track footage, and I'll insert just one clip here and you can kind of guess how the track day went. So, car started spinning and forth. We'll have that video out tomorrow. My mind and body and everything is just completely drained from yesterday. We definitely need to regroup, go through the car again, figure out whatever little issues there are out there. I mean, there's so many different things that go into this equation. We got so many aftermarket parts in the car, still running a stock PCM. Hopefully it is a ground issue with the alternator. I did the best I could to look under it. The car was hot, you know, obviously I can't feel everything. I could get my eyes on a few different grounds. They looked okay. Hopefully it's something easy and we can find it out. But there's only so many things you can check. We checked an alternator fuse, we put a new alternator in, we checked all the grounds, we tried adding a ground from the battery to the engine block. We were just, you know, without, you know, a lot more time, we just were out of ways to troubleshoot the car. The positive news, we did hit 1300, whether, you know, we want to claim that or not. 1280 SAE smoothing 5, the ARS tensioner doing awesome work. Whipple 3.8 is putting out so much power. I mean, this is like 1350, 1370 wheel horsepower revved out, which is just mind-blowing. That's a lot of power for a manual car. Modular head shop, GT500 engine, doing awesome. We got a lot of different parts. I'm not going to run through them all in the car right now, but you guys definitely know the list, and everything is working but not working. So we're close, so close to getting this car dialed in and finally being able to, you know, make some solid power, be able to get it to the track and be able to do some roll races, which is what I want to do so badly with this car. But it just takes a lot of time to build a 1300 wheel horsepower street car. One other thing that does cross my mind is, are we running into a limit where we are going outside of the factory PCM issues? I mean, we're flowing some serious air through the MAF, through the engine. 30 pounds of boost is no joke. So I don't really want to switch over to a standalone, but we're just getting to that point where are we having issues there? I really got to do a lot more investigating and figuring out some different things, but I'm just throwing out a lot of different possibilities. I know you guys like to comment some different ideas too in the comment section. Like I said, we are working so hard to get this dialed in. It is not easy to build 1300 wheel horsepower street car. I probably look like the most disappointed 1300 wheel horsepower GT500 owner out there, and that is just because we have been grinding on this car. We have the best of the best manufacturers working with us, and we have the best of the best people working with us to get this thing dialed in, but it is not easy, and it is not like flipping a switch and bolting on some parts overnight. So I'm gonna wrap up the video. Guys, make sure you help support the channel, support the build, and get a chance to win an awesome car, Mustang Lifestyles S550, Whipple supercharged 850 wheel horsepower, dialed street car. We figured out all the problems with that. We broke drive shaft, we broke axles, we broke the clutch on that car, figured out all the weak points, and made an awesome car, and now we are giving it away. So make sure you slap the like button down below, leave a comment, let us know what you think. Every $5 you spend on MustangLifestyle.net gets you an entry to win that car, and we will see you guys in the next one.